Okay. So, welcome back, everybody. I know it's been super long since I have recorded anything. I've been
Yes.
MIA. I know half y'all feel like she ain't serious. I am. I really am. I really am. Is life happens. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Life happens.
And now we here, right?
Right. And here we are. So today's episode is special to me and now special to Lady J, and that's our guest. Let's welcome Lady J. Um, because we are now both mommies. And as you know, Mother's Day is this weekend. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Um,
Happy Mother's Day.
yes, girl, working hard, making ends meet, kissing boo-boos, telling, bedtime stories, whatever.
Yes.
Everybody all balled up in one little ball of, well, it ain't little, one big ball
Right.
of motherhood. Motherhood, boy, I tell you. So we are going to discuss the pros and cons of motherhood. And I don't want to make it sound like good or bad, but there are some downsides to
Motherhood.
yeah, there are some
Yeah.
downsides to it. It may not outweigh the pros, but they're there. And so we're not going to exclude them. And yeah, let's get started.
Yeah. So thank you so much, SHERA'E, for having me as a guest on
No
your
problem.
podcast. It's been a long time coming, girl.
Yeah.
Like you said, we all been busy, life happens. So now we are here. Um, so yes, I also wanted to say, as I mentioned earlier, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Whether you're new, expecting, I just wish you a blessed, happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, so what's up with me?
Yeah, girl. So, as you guys know, I am experienced when it comes down to motherhood. I have two children. I have one getting ready to graduate high school, and I have
Yeah,
a 10-year-old.
yeah.
One girl, one boy, two totally different children raised in the same household, and we'll get to that. So
Yeah.
I'm
Those my god babies. So
yeah.
yes.
And Lady J is a new mom. My
New
god
bio
baby.
mom. Yep.
Yep, my god baby is going to be one next month. So, how is it? How is motherhood for the new mommy?
Well, before we get into that, I just want to say this. It's so funny. So for the past week, people have been like, Happy Mother's Day. I even got a couple of gifts. And I'm like, oh wow, wait, I am a mother. Girl. Like
Girl,
it's like, it's just one of those things, it's like you're just so used to just being you just being, you get what I'm saying? But now it's like it's starting to click, like, yes, this will be my first Mother's Day. So it is going. My baby girl, she will be 11 months this weekend during Mother's Day weekend.
right?
Yes. And it has truly been such an honor and just a reward, just being a mother. I'm so happy that, I'm in this phase in my life. I always wanted it. It's just a matter of timing and so forth. So I'm very happy that I am part of the clique, the motherhood clique. So yeah, that's all.
Well, welcome to motherhood. It is not easy, but it's worth it.
Yes, it
Not easy, but
definitely
it's worth
is.
it.
And I'm
So
still trying to navigate.
oh yeah. Oh girl, whether you're a new mommy, experienced mommy, OG mommy, we're still navigating because we are forever evolving people, and
Yes,
so are our children.
right,
So you may have given birth to this beautiful baby girl or baby boy,
right.
and they're constantly changing.
Yes.
So you're navigating for as long as you are here, with your children. You're constantly thinking of, ways to do something better, how you could have handled it differently. Um, yeah, girl.
So
Motherhood
yeah.
forever evolving.
I'm realizing that, like,
Does not come with a manual.
And you know what? And that's so funny because you always tell me that it doesn't come with a manual, and I'm starting to realize that. For me, I guess some of the biggest challenges for me is that I am a working mom. So I do have a 9 to 5. So really, just trying to find that balance between like juggling, new baby, even new job, new job,
Right.
still new job. Of course,
Congratulations.
yes. Yes, thank you. Even being a wife, still navigating through that. So you're having like all these different roles that you have and just trying to make sure that, you're tending to each and every one of them. And that has been the biggest challenge for me. I'm still trying to, navigate and just trying to find that happy space. I may never find that, that balance, but I'm definitely trying my best to do it.
It is rare. Let me just say, it is rare. It happens, but it is rare that you find the silver lining where you are able to tend to each and every need, including your own.
Got
But
it.
it comes with time. Right now, or you still in the beginning stages, you're gonna be all over the place for a little while.
Yes.
It's not until your child becomes a little bit self-sufficient that you begin to feel like you can breathe. It's not until then. And really how soon that comes about, again, it's on
us
mommies, because it's what we teach them, what we instill in them. If we teach, independence, not too early where it's like we're rushing them to take on these big people roles, but at the same time, just enough to be self-sufficient for their age, like age appropriate self-sufficiency. So yeah, once she's walking, she's talking, she can tell you like, I'm hungry. You're not playing the guessing game, like what does that mean? What is that? It's right now, it's like hot and cold, touch and go, because it's like, is she upset, or is she just in
exploring,
in the mood to make some noises right now? Like, you hear that, what's wrong? And it's like, she's into the TV. Oh, okay. You don't need me right now. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that
I'm learning that.
a little advice. Like, it's crazy in the beginning. It's the most precious time though, because their minds are like sponges. So they're taking in everything, and you have to be extremely mindful of what you say and do around these baby. They are literally sponges. But yeah, it's so rewarding. It is rewarding. It's stressful at times. Like at times you're gonna want to pull your hair out because you just don't know, you're behind from your elbow.
Always on go.
Yes, you're constantly on go.
Yeah.
And you gotta think 10 steps ahead. You always have to be 10 steps ahead. Like, listen, I have two. Lexi, my oldest. I always say, like, she's my daughter, but she's like my friend. We had to grow up together. I had her early. I had her at 18. So she had to grow with me like I had to grow with her. Not now with my son, with JoJo.
You was grown, right? You was grown.
I was grown. I had already come into like, certain things that I like doing as a mom, certain things that I saw that didn't work with Lexi that I wanted to try different with Josiah. It's, again, no manual. You're doing the best that you can with what you got.
What you have, right? Absolutely. I'm definitely learning that. Like, you it doesn't come with a manual. You have to just do what you need to do.
Like
what you feel is right. Like, for instance, I guess out of like my husband and I'm more of the person that's like not as easy going. So I'm a little bit more uptight. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead. Like, okay, if she does this, then this can happen. And then, just keep going, going, going.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I have to learn is kind of like to let go. Of course, still be a parent, make sure she's not doing nothing crazy, but just to let go. So like one of the things that she does is she likes to kind of like balance on her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that?
Well, let me tell you
Okay.
something about that balancing on the head. Okay.
Okay.
It could be balancing on the head, or as like old folk tale, if she's balancing on her head but looking between her legs at the same time, it's because she's looking for a sibling. That's what they say. Like when she's looking between her, like,
Yes.
she's looking for a sibling, meaning baby, there's a baby coming somewhere. That's old folks tale. I always heard it. Lexi, used to do the same thing when she was younger, and
she got a brother now.
Got a brother,
Right.
But yeah, so what do you think, or not think, because you're a mom, what do you feel are 3 to 4 pros so far that you've experienced within these last 11 months?
Okay, one, definitely maturity. Okay.
In yourself.
In myself.
Okay.
Right. Just, just being able just to rise to the occasion and just be there, be there for her, even when I'm dead tired. Like, it's an adjustment, because I'm sorry, I had my daughter later on in life. I had her 2 days before my 35th birthday. So you got to remember all them years.
Girl, that don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing. Okay.
At 18, and listen, I can recall I was a new mom. Within the first 2 weeks of having her home, child, I was dead to the world. I was knocked out. Her crib was right there. And my mom, I still lived at home at the time. My mom came from her room and like all the way to where I was sleeping. And she's like, "Do you not hear my grandchild crying?" I was like, "No." And she was like, "You're right here. How is it I hear her all the way in my room and you don't hear?" So, girl, please, it don't matter how old you are. Age is not an excuse, baby.
Okay.
I was 18, like, full of life. Full of life. I brought in a life.
Yes.
Okay. And
I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But even when I'm tired, I just make sure that she's definitely, I tend to her,
right.
Okay, you said 4 to 5. Okay, I'm trying to think what else. One of the things that I love is just watching her grow. Like literally just seeing, like I think you mentioned it earlier, like just seeing her evolve. Like it's amazing. Like one day, it's so funny. She just turned 9 months and I put her down in her pack and play. And she was sitting down. She was sitting down watching TV. I just went in the room to get an outfit. That's it. Just went in the room to get some clothes to wear. Okay. I come out, your girl is literally have her hands up on the pack and play and she's shaking it. So now she knows how to stand up.
Let me
right. Let me out. Let me out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how did you do that? And it just so happened so quickly. And it's so funny because sometimes you like, as parents, you kind of compare your children to other people's children. You try not to.
You try not to.
Right.
You do. And it's not good. I mean, if you do it internally,
right.
It comes natural. I don't care what anybody says. It comes natural. We do it naturally. Just word of advice, don't ever.
Yes, I'm learning that.
Right. Yes. Don't ever out loud because let me tell you, they remember.
Yeah, I would never do it out loud, but it was like, sometimes you talk to some of your friends, oh yeah, my baby crawling down all of this. And I'm like, well, what about my baby?
Right.
But she shocked me. And that's another thing too. Like I learned, like, listen, they're at their own pace. That's another one, is that you have to understand that they're at their own pace and, let them grow. You get what I'm saying? Every child doesn't hit all the milestones all at the same time, So I had to learn that as well.
Yeah. Girl, I had
Yeah.
some of the same ideas, like watching them grow. We'll see, like, again,
Right.
my
For
kids
you,
are
yeah.
older, and Lexi was more like, or not, I said was, she is an introvert, right?
Yeah, she is.
She's an
My
introvert
goddaughter's an introvert. Yeah.
girl.
We the loud ones.
Yes, yes, right. And she and I are total opposites. We clash sometimes because
Right.
I'm so outgoing and outspoken, and I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a little rough around the edges,
Just a
like
little,
I'm a
just a little.
sweetheart, but I'm rough around the edges.
I
Okay.
am too. Yep.
And she's just so sweet and caring and so nurturing. Like I look at her sometimes and I'm like, you came from me, like, but that's the other side of me. She's like the physical other side of me that a lot of people don't get to see. Not that
Got it.
nobody's. I feel like, and now JoJo, okay, JoJo is an extrovert.
But you know what? He is, but I feel like he has that balance. What's it called? Omnivert? What is it called? When you have both?
I
Yeah.
think
When you
so.
could be both introvert and an extrovert.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's both. I
Yes.
think he's both because he has times where he's like real standoffish, like he wants to
Mm-hmm.
keep to himself. Do not bother him. He'll come to you. Like, don't call him, he'll call you.
Right.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
there's other times where like I can I could pop my junk and give it right back. Not disrespectfully, not disrespectfully. He's very respectful of the adults, especially the women in his life, right?
Right.
Um, but I feel like he's that rough around the edges side of me. Like
Yes.
we can definitely match energies. I can
Go
make
toe to
I
toe.
can make up a song about anything and he with it. Like
Yes.
he'll just
That's what I
come
said. He
out,
go toe to
like
toe.
that's my road dog. Like I love both of my children. They are both different sides of
They
me.
are.
It's just it's wonderful seeing them grow, and I'm starting to see Lexi come out of her shell.
Yes.
So it's like, oh my God, like here I got a whole new child, and it's like, okay, now I'm starting to get to know,
Who
the
she really
outspoken
is.
Lex and
Yes.
the she can advocate for herself and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I have always had JoJo who advocates for himself, and if he don't wanna, he ain't gonna. Okay, that's that. I love both of them. Another pro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say, just to piggyback of what you said, I
Mhm.
think just to sum that all up, the pro is when you do have multiple children, you can see your different sides, your different
Yeah.
personality, you or your spouse, the
Right.
father of their child. Definitely. So
Yes,
that's
girl.
beautiful.
Yes, it
Definitely a
is.
pro. Yes.
Girl. I think another thing that was a pro for me, girl, and if anybody know me from back in high school, junior high school, your girl was like super skitty. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, my kids have blessed me, honey. Okay.
Listen, you ain't never
I'm
lied. They
sorry.
did because yeah, you had a nice rat.
Girl,
You did.
baby, Lexi gave me Lexi gave me boobies.
Yeah.
JoJo gave me booty. And
Okay.
after all is said and done, I would just leave that right now. Okay.
Yes.
I do want to piggyback off of what you said as far as
Hmm.
like maturing you. Children do mature you.
Hmm.
You know,
Definitely.
they bring out a different side of you that you don't even know is laying dormant, right?
That's true.
It's like I can't believe I made this happen. I can't believe like I'm making ends meet, and I don't know how I did it.
How you doing it?
Right?
Exactly.
You just
It's
do it
just doing
because
it.
you have more than you to think about. You have more than you to worry about. You don't ever want to see your children suffer,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, I think just being able to mature and grow mentally, emotionally, physically, like that extra battery that they put in your back
Very
to
true.
motivate you to keep going. Now, I also put this down as a con
Mm-hmm.
because um it can be overwhelming. It can
Okay.
be very, very, very overwhelming. And I'm gonna touch on this lightly, but I'm definitely gonna speak about this on a different episode.
Okay.
Um, it can be overwhelming, and May is mental health awareness month.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, yes,
it
yes.
is, again, just as joyous as motherhood can be, it can be overwhelming and sometimes to the detriment of the woman. You
Right.
lose yourself in your children. I
You
cannot
can. Yep.
stand
You can.
the saying when people tell you, like, oh, you had a baby, it ain't about you no more.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
like that either.
it's, say bye to everything involving just you. It's all about your kids now. Your kids come first, but it's never forget you.
No.
It's
And I really like I can't wait until you do record that one because I totally agree. I feel like we say that a lot, especially in the Black community. We say that a lot. Well, it ain't about you no more. It's all about the kids. And it's like, yes, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, if you don't tend to you, then who's gonna be there for them? You have to be well, and I
absolutely.
think a lot of times in motherhood, a lot of us, whether you're seasoned or a new mother, you can definitely lose yourself, but you have to find time for yourself so
You have
that
to
way that you
make
can.
time.
Yes, you have to make, exactly, it is imperative, you have to make time for yourself because if you're not well,
Your
guess what,
children are
you
not
can't
going
take
to be well. And let me
they're
tell you
not going to be
something about
well.
children from my experience. I can't speak for everybody's children, but from my experience, both like in my household and people that I know personally, your children pick up on your emotions. Whether you think you're doing a wonderful job hiding it, baby, you're not.
Hmm.
Your children
Okay.
know how, because we've had that bonding moment. You think all
You're
that time
right.
you talking to that child while you're carrying them and they're kicking, and you guys shared a bond
You're
over that
right.
time. Your kids know you are probably the only people that know what your heartbeat sounds like from the
That's
inside.
so true.
You understand?
That's so
So
true.
you got to take care of you. You have to take care of you. Like,
Yeah.
girl, today I took myself on a brunch date. Like it,
I
and it
hear
don't
that.
even pass. It doesn't have. You hear me?
Yeah,
It
it's fine.
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be something monetary. You don't have to spend money.
Right.
Make time to journal. Make time to watch a comedy. Make time to just go for a walk in nature if that's your thing. Near
Just think. Just
water,
making time to just think.
to quiet
Yes.
everything else around
Quiet.
you and to think as whatever your name is. Like me, if I wanted to go for a nature walk and I just wanted to quiet everything else and just be SHERA'E, you
Yeah.
know, then that's just what it is for the moment. I don't care if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour tops, because, we tend to feel selfish when we do too much for ourselves. And it's like, oh, I feel like I could have spent that time with,
That's
trust
true.
me, if you needed that much time or if it went over an hour, it's because you needed it. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. You needed it, you know?
I'm learning that.
Yeah, yeah, girl. Listen, I despise that saying, like, oh, it's not about you no more. Listen, I take care of me, I take care of my kids, I take care of this household. I make things happen. Okay.
Yeah. I definitely think that we need to stop that phrase. Like it's no longer about you.
It's
Because
always
it's not
about me
healthy.
because without me, they wouldn't be here. And
Yeah.
without me making ends meet, we will be in a worse off situation. So I have to be okay in order for them to be okay. And this is me speaking from, my single motherhood.
Right.
I'm a single woman.
Single woman.
I'm
Right.
a single
Exactly.
woman, right? I do have, help with my
You have a
children.
village.
Right.
Right. You have a
I
village.
have
Yeah.
help with my children, but I'm a single woman. Now, this is not to say, like if you're married, like in your case,
Right.
you and your spouse, can alternate.
Yeah,
Like, listen, just take the night off, go hang out with the fellas, and so on and so forth, because they have to be okay too.
that's
And
true.
then next month is
Oh
Father's
yeah, next
Day.
month definitely
Okay.
we'll touch on that.
So
Yes.
we're not excluding you guys. We, equal rights around here. Um, but yeah, so I think that I kind of put that on pro and con.
Right.
Another con that people don't like to talk about as much or don't like to acknowledge, not that they don't talk about it, but not enough people acknowledge it. Like postpartum is a real postpartum depression is a real thing.
Let's talk
I
about postpartum and not just that what people call the fourth trimester.
mhm.
Like it can be long after the child is 3 months.
No,
You get what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And I don't know why people don't acknowledge this enough, right? There's
right.
so much stigma around women being crazy and women being this and women being that. Listen, postpartum depression is real. You understand?
It
It's
sure enough
so much
is.
that we have to do. So much that we have to do.
That's expected. Yep,
That's
we have to do.
right.
That's expected. You
Expected of us.
know, yeah.
It's not a choice.
Hmm.
It's really
I
not a
totally
choice. Like
agree.
once we chose to have children, yes, we have to step up to the plate. It's time to put the big girl panties on and do
Yep.
what we got to do. And we are very well aware that we made the choice to have the child, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And it's not to dwell on the negative, like, oh, I have the child now. I got to do. It's not that. Having children, that's a beautiful thing, especially
Mhm.
when you can share that with, share the responsibility, share the joy, share those beautiful moments and making memories and stuff like that with someone, you know, significant other, your parents, your village. It's wonderful when you have people to share that with. So when we have children, we're not okay, well, we made the choice and but somewhere along the line, it does become overbearing.
It does.
The
Because,
waking up in the middle of the night,
feeding, washing bottles, like me,
clothes,
I sterilize bottles. Okay.
right?
So, yes, right. So it
So
is definitely a lot.
yes, definitely it is. Oh, sorry about that. I had a notification pop up, child. But
No problem.
so that was another con. Hair loss. Hair loss,
Ooh, you
hair
experience.
thinning, hair shedding, body
Yes.
changes. A lot of us want that snatch back. Okay. And I say
Girl, look at
because I'm
me.
a woman, right? I say us because I'm a woman. I have
Right.
personally have not dealt with
Experience that.
the body. I mean, now I have, girl, I get this,
But it's
but
all, and listen, but it's
that's
all
that's
in all the
quarantine.
right,
That's not my
right.
babies. That was quarantine.
It's
Okay.
all the right places too.
Right. No, I just want the gut gone. Okay. But but
No.
I think we body shame. These women feel like they have to go pay to get their body done after they had children. Like we have to be more supportive and be
I agree.
mindful of the words that we speak when speaking to mothers.
I get it. Yeah.
You don't know what somebody's dealing with, and to go around, oh damn, she's sloppy. Oh, listen, that ain't
Listen,
cool.
no, it isn't. Listen, but I feel like you have to. I guess I'm just one of those women where I try not to take things so personal. Like, for instance, I have an 11-month-old. I literally had one of my colleagues. She
Mhm.
looked at me and my stomach was a little out, it was a little, a little bulge, And she was like, "Are you expecting?" I was like, "Oh my
Girl, I've been there. I
gosh!"
definitely
Yes.
been there.
was like, so I looked at her and listen, anyone that knows me know I always play around with my weight. You get what I'm saying? Like it bothers me, but not to the point where I'm handicapped. You get what I'm saying? So I'm able to laugh it off. I was like, girl, no, I got it. At the time I had a 10-month old. I was like, I got a 10-month old. Like, I just, I need a little help.
Girl.
So she
Yeah.
looked at me, and that's why I said she was an older woman,
Mm-hmm.
seasoned woman. And she was like, girl, it is okay. She was like, the baby's less than a year, but, make sure you make that time, to get your
Absolutely.
snatch back. Okay. And
Okay.
I felt
Yes,
good.
girl. Listen, I tell you all the time, girl, speak
Yeah.
positive. Don't speak down on your
Right.
weight. Like you had a baby,
Right.
right after you had the baby, you got the job,
Right.
you threw yourself into work and taking care of her, where
Right.
you kind of, that was my next con, that sometimes
Oh,
we get lost in our children. And then
yes.
when it comes later down the line, okay, because I know some, gets
Right.
later down the line, and these empty nesters don't know what to do with themselves, because all of their children's lives, that's all they've been dedicated to.
All wrapped around.
It's
Exactly.
my babies, my babies, my babies, my babies, my babies. And then
Right.
when they go off to college, or they move out, or God forbid for some, they are not around anymore.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
you don't know what to do with yourself, especially
Right.
as women. I don't know a lot of men. I'm not going to say that they don't go through the same thing, but I don't know a lot of men who get lost in their children like we do.
Right.
We tend to just, we take on this unrealistic amount of responsibility, and then
Yes.
it makes it hard to cut what I call the second umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord. Absolutely.
It
Yes.
makes it super hard, and all of your dreams and your aspirations and stuff like that tends to fade, and like it's in the rear view mirror, and you can no longer see it because you've been so busy. I gotta get so and so, I gotta put them in dance, basketball, football, soccer,
Right.
whatever it is. You've been the soccer mom, the dance mom, the swim mom, or whatever. You don't know what to do for you.
For yourself. Yes. And I feel like, it all goes back to taking time, you
Absolutely.
know, for yourself. That self-care that
Absolutely.
you talked about, that self-care
Absolutely.
that you indulged in today.
Girl.
I feel like, yes, that's what we need. So I totally agree with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I know that you have to go. I thank you for stopping in.
Yes.
This was beautiful. Like, stay tuned. This is not the end. This is just part one of the Mother's Day special.
Awesome.
Again,
Can
happy
I just
Mother's
say one
Day.
more? Can I
Yeah,
just say
sure,
one more
sure.
thing? Okay. So I also wanted, my heart goes out because I know Mother's Day can be a touchy holiday for those who have lost mothers,
Absolutely.
those who were supposed to be mothers, or their babies passed away,
Absolutely.
those who may not have the best relationship with their mothers as well. So my heart, just know that our hearts go out to you as well. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know quite a few people who are not so enthused about this weekend. And
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
I know someone who's a mom herself, but she hates this holiday. And I try my best
Mm,
to kind of like, just send her encouraging words and uplift
right.
quotes, and, check on her and her mental state, because um again, Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's so ironic that Mother's Day, which can be a joyous or one of the most tragic holidays for some people,
Right.
happens to coexist in Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
So true.
So
That's interesting, the irony of that, right?
right.
Yes.
So yes, our hearts do go out to people who
Who lost
have lost
children. Yep.
children,
Yep.
and you did nothing wrong. You did your absolute best. As we stated earlier in this episode, it does not come with a manual, and you try your best on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
Our hearts go out to those who lost their mothers,
Hmm.
or just don't have the best relationship and
Relationship. Yep.
good. I pray that one or both of you, if that is the case and you don't have a really good relationship with your mom, I pray that peace finds you, so that you can start to move forward in the right direction.
And heal. Definitely.
Healing. And again, I love this weekend. Personally, I love
yes.
This. I love every Mother's Day. Everyone's like, "Oh, what are you doing for you?" I end up spending my Mother's Day with my kids. I spend it with my mom, if she's available, because she's still working, child, still gets to bed.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm sentimental like that. Like I said, I'm rough on the outside. But I wish you a happy first Mother's Day.
Thank you. I wish you a happy
Mother's
Day.
Look out in the mail. You should have something by Friday, girl.
I will. Thank you so much. Yes, you are definitely one of my favorite mothers. You, my sister. You are definitely one of my favorite mothers. I come to you. You the OG. You get what I'm saying? So when your goddaughter acting up, you already know.
Girl, I'm on it.
Yes. But thank you so much for having me on this podcast. And again, just happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, whether you're bio, adopted, whatever. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
For part 2.